Hello, everyone, and good morning, and welcome to Ashtanga Level 1. Sorry for that slight little delay there. All right, so let's get started. So for our practice today, we will be starting with a short meditation, and within that meditation, it's more or less of actually starting to engage our bandhas through meditation, keeping our bandhas engaged. I'll explain what those are in a minute. And also getting into our ujjayi breath. So there's 3 points in the body that needs to be fully engaged throughout our practice. So we're going to briefly skim through all these 3 engagements so that we can get into our sun salutations A and B. So first engagement is the engagement of the Mula Bandha. The Mula Bandha is the entire area of the pelvic floor. So this is also the same engagement as a Kegel or activating the PC pump. And if that's still not something that you've heard before, or terms that you've not heard previously, it's also the same engagement that you use when you're holding a full bladder or you're stopping midstream. The secondary bandha engagement is the Uddiyana bandha, and you engage this by pulling the navel back in through the spine and lifting the navel up in through the ribs. So this creates a scooping action throughout the belly. Lastly, we have our ujjayi breath. So our ujjayi breath, if at any point in time during your life you have either fogged a pane of glass or a window or a mirror, you've done ujjayi breath. So let's begin with the ujjayi breath, and then we're going to shift to engage the Mula Bandha and then the Uddiyana Bandha, and then we'll come up to standing to move through our first 3 sun salutations of today's practice. So from here, let's begin to close our eyes. If you've done ujjayi breath before, you can go right into the ujjayi breath. If you've never done ujjayi breath before, you can take a flat palm right in front of the face, about a few inches away from the mouth. From here, you're going to open up your lips, open up your mouth, allow your jaw to become nice and relaxed. And then you're going to start to fog the plane of glass in front of your face. Can you keep the same contraction of the throat as you inhale as well? Notice the sound of the breath and notice the sensations of the engagement of the throat as you continue to fog the plane of glass in front of you with your inhalation and your exhalation. Slowly begin to close the lips, staying with the slight engagement of the throat, staying with your ujjayi breath. Now we're going to switch from bringing through the mouth, through the nostrils, and we're going to release the right hand back down to the thigh or the knee. So staying here with the ujjayi breath. So the ujjayi breath, just a quick little thing to know whether or not you're doing it. It either sounds like ocean waves coming in and out from the shore, and the other name for this breath is the Darth Vader breath. Okay, so staying with this engagement to the throat in ujjayi. And we're going to take our awareness down to the pelvic floor. As you inhale, begin to lift the pelvic floor away from the earth, lifting it up into the navel area. Once you lifted the pelvic floor all the way up, then you're going to take your navel back into the spine, and then you're going to lift your navel up in through the ribs, almost as if you can touch the base of your lungs. Can you keep these engagements through your exhalations and your inhalations, and also stay with your ujjayi breath? It is integral that we try to keep all of these 3 engagements throughout the majority of our practice to create a sense of lightness in our body, to create balance or to help with balance, and to keep our entire core, our entire center, the trunk of the body, with integrity. And finding your intention for today's practice. Let's flip the palms up towards the sky. And we're going to inhale, trace the sun on the way up, taking the palms all the way overhead. As you exhale, guiding the light from the sun all the way through the crown of the head into the heart's center. Let us inhale to Om to start today's practice. Inhaling now. Allowing the eyes to open and releasing hands back towards the earth and coming all the way into a standing position up at the front of your mat. So in standing, so this is samastitihi. Your feet can be in one of two positions. So position A, if you have narrower hips, you can take your toes towards each other and the heels are going to slightly be apart, only a little bit. If you have wider hips, you can always step your feet hip width distance apart, aligning your ankles with your hips. From here in Samastitihi, it's not just simply standing, it's you're engaging the majority of the body to lift the body into the strongest standing posture, reaching through the crown of the head. The palms are facing forward, and from here we're going to find activation through the legs by lifting all 10 toes off the ground. Lift, lift, lift. As you're lifting the 10 toes, you're going to press down on the big toe mound, press down through the baby toe mound, and then press back through the heel. So as you're pressing in through these four corners of the feet, or three corners of the feet rather, you're going to notice that your legs start to fully engage. From here, you're going to activate Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Stay with the Ujjayi breath. Allow the toes to come back to the earth as you keep the legs fully engaged. You're going to slide the shoulders and the arms back, aligning them with the heart, reaching through the crown of the head as the entire body has integrity and the majority of the muscles are fully engaged. Inhale, trace the sun all the way up, Hastasana. As you exhale, guide the hands towards heart's center as you hinge from the hips, forward fold, leading with the heart in Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen, reach through the crown of the head, lengthening the spine, taking the shoulders away from the ears. As you exhale, you're going to place your hands back down to the ground, and you're either going to hop or step back as you're exhaling, pulling the navel in, keeping your bandhas engaged. At the base of your exhalation, you're going to lower down empty lungs, hugging the arms in through the trunk and hugging the navel into the spine. Once you lower, you're going to untuck your toes. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, shift the sit bones all the way back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And staying here for about 3 long, deep breaths. So usually we would hold it for 5. However, for today's practice, we're going to lengthen the breath for 3 breaths so that we can move through our sun salutations A and B to get a little bit closer and faster to our standing asanas. Let's take one last breath here. Bending at the knees, inhale, navel to spine, gaze to the front. As you exhale, scoop the belly in, hop, or step towards the front of the mat. So those 2 engagements, as we've done in the previous week, of the Mula Bandha and the Uddiyana Bandha on your exhalation, creates a sense of lightness in the body for you to be able to hop back and forward Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, rise, trace the sun on the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samastitihi. All right, so now that we know what we're doing, we're going to go flow through 2 more sun salutations. A little bit faster this time. Inhale, Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. Lower down on empty lungs. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 breaths. As you inhale, bending at the knees, navel to spine, scoop the belly in, exhale to hop towards the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, rise, trace the sun on the way up, Hastasana. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samastitihi. Inhale, Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. Lowering down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 long, beautiful breaths. Beautiful. All right, bending the knees, navel to spine, gaze to the front. Exhale to hop. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, rise, Hastasana. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samastitihi. Inhale, chair pose. Shift your hands all the way up towards the ceiling, guiding your arms alongside the ears as you shift the sit bones all the way back in space. Make sure that you can still see your feet here. And if not, shift your sit bones even back a little bit further. As you exhale, forward fold, hinge from the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, Uttanasana. Exhale, hop or step back, plank. Lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. At the base of your exhalation, we're going to inhale, step the right foot forward, pivot the back foot, heel to heel alignment, square the hips, navel to spine, fingertips up to the sky, palms touch in Anjali Mudra. Your gaze is going to be at the base of the palms. As you begin to exhale, hands come back down to the ground, pivot the back foot, step the right foot back, plank to lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, pivot the back. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana. Palms touch, fingertips to the sky, gaze to the base of the palms. Exhale, hands come back down, step back plank to lower all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, let's stay here for 3 breaths. Last breath. Inhale to bend the knees, navel to spine, gaze to the front. Scoop the belly in. Exhale to hop. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Bending the knees greatly, shifting the sit bones way back into space. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samastitihi. Beautiful, that was round one. Let's go for 2 more rounds, and we're gonna pick up the pace here a little bit. Inhale, Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Oh, my bad. We're doing sun salutation speed. We're going to inhale, chair pose. Slide your sit bones way back into space. Arms reach up alongside the ears, fingertips up to the sky. Beautiful. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, Uttasana. Exhale, plank. Lowering all the way down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward, pivot the back, Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Exhale, hands come back down, step back plank to lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, pivot the back, Virabhadrasana, warrior 1. Exhale, hands come back down, step back plank to lower. Inhale, upward facing, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 breaths. Last breath. Inhale, bend the knees. Mula Bandha engages. Uddiyana Bandha, scoop the belly in. Exhale to hop towards the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Uttasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Slide the sit bones back into space, taking your seat. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samastitihi. All right, doing one last round of sun salutations B. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, Uttasana. Exhale, plank. Lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right foot forward, pivot the back. Virabhadrasana, warrior 1. Exhale, hands come back down, step back plank to lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, pivot the back, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, hands come back down, step back plank to lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 long, luxurious breaths. Last breath. Bending the knees, navel to spine, engage, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Exhale, hop towards the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Uttasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Forward fold. Slide the sit bones way back into space, taking your seat. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, Samastitihi, hands through heart center. Lovely. Okay. Done our sun salutations A and B for the day. So from here, we're going to start going into our forward folds. So for our first forward fold, we're going to be taking Kubera Mudra. So Kubera Mudra, your index finger is coming up towards, or touching rather, the tip of the thumb. And then you're going to curl the middle finger in. And then you're just going to, so both the index and the middle finger are touching the top part of your thumb. Your ring finger and your pinky are just going to tuck in here. So this is Kubera Mudra. I'm just going to shift it over here so you can see. Beautiful. So you see a little hole there? Beautiful. All right. So taking Kubera Mudra into both hands. We're going to take our feet together. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hop the feet, hip width distance apart. Inhale, lifting the arms all the way overhead. As you exhale, pivot from the hips, lead with the heart into your forward fold. So as you're folding, you're going to slide your big toe right into that hole right there that you made for yourself in your Kubera Mudra. From here, we're going to inhale to flat back. As you inhale, you're going to reach through the soft spot right at the center of the head. You're going to shift the shoulders away from the ears to lengthen the neck. On your exhalation, you may choose to bend your knees as much as you like in order to lengthen the spine as you're folding. So as you fold here, you're going to release the full weight of the head, and you're going to shift your elbows outward to either side. Keep opening up the elbows up as much as possible to open up the back of the shoulders and allowing the spine to lengthen. So this position here is called Padangustasana. Let's take one more breath. Inhale, flat back. On your exhalation, you're going to slide your hands underneath your feet, guiding the tips of the toes towards the inner wrists. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to forward fold, shifting your elbows out to either sides once again. Padahastasana. Let's take one more breath. Inhale, flat back. Release the hands away from the feet. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, Hastasana. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samastitihi. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step the left foot back, pivot so that the edges of the foot is in line with the short edge of the mat. From here, we're going to open up our arms into a T position. And then as you exhale, you're going to slide the right hand all the way past the right toes. And then you're going to pivot from the hip as you fold over here. So the outer part of the right hand is on the inside of the right leg. And you're reaching all the way up to the sky, through the left hand. The shoulders are stacked. And from here, it's easy for us to collapse the right side of the body. So we can either round it down like this or lengthen through the spine and keep the right side nice and long as well. Keeping your drishti, which is your gaze, towards the left thumb and pushing your feet away from each other. Notice if you've lost your Mula Bandha and your Uddiyana Bandha engagement and your Ujjayi breath. If you have, can you re-engage all three? One more breath. From the center, from your bandhas, inhale, lift. Exhale, pivot. So you're going to pivot the right foot in, left foot out. Slide past the left toes. Pivot from the hips. Coming into Trikonasana. Reach through the crown of the head, lengthening the left side of the body as you fold, and taking your gaze up towards the right hand. Last breath. Inhale, rise. Exhale, step back towards the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step the left foot back in exactly the same position as we were before. Open up the arms into T position. Now we're going to go into revolve the triangle, revolve the Trikonasana. So from here, we're going to slide the right hand all the way past the right foot once again. The only difference is now we're going to windmill the arms down. So your left hand is going to come down on either the inner or the outer edge of the right foot. So if you notice that your right hip is jutting out, you're going to square the hips towards the back of your mat. And then you're going to make sure that the hand is placed and that your hip is not overcompensating. From here, you're going to reach up to the sky through the right hand. Keep your hips squared to the back of your mat. Gaze is up towards the right thumb. Let's do 2 more breaths. Using your bandhas, engaging your Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale to windmill the arms all the way back up. Exhale, pivot the feet towards the back of your mat. Sliding the left hand past the toes. And from here, we're going to windmill the arms all the way down once again, making sure that your hips are squared towards the back of your mat as the left arm rises all the way up towards the ceiling. Let's do 2 more breaths. Pulling from the navel and the Mula Bandha. Inhale to windmill the arms all the way up. Rise. Exhale, pivot, and step back towards the front of your mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Samastitihi. Exhale, step the left foot back. Once again, same position as we did before. Open up your arms into T position. And then from here, we're going to be going into extended side angle. So I'm going to go through the modification first, and then I'm going to go into a more advanced pose. So modification here, you're going to bend your right knee. Make sure that your right knee is tracking right over your ankle. So for a lot of us who are new to this practice, your knee might either go inward past the ankle or outward. So you're going to make sure it's tracking right over. Your arms are nice and straight here, and then you're going to start to bend at the right elbow. Take your right forearm down towards the right thigh. You're going to sweep the left arm across the ear, reaching all the way vigorously towards the front. So a little bit step further from here, the right hand is going to come down on the ground right next to the right foot. Your gaze is going to be on the inner left bicep, pressing through both feet equally for the next 3 breaths. Last breath. Inhale, windmill the arms up, rise. Exhale, pivot the feet towards the back of the room, bending the left knee, and taking exactly the same position that you did on the right side. So for us who are taking the left hand down, you're going to windmill the hands down. So left hand goes on the outer edge of the left foot, or the left forearm over the left thigh, sweeping the right arm across the ear, reaching all the way towards the back of your mat as you press through the edge of the right foot. Keeping your gaze on the inner right bicep for 3 more breaths. Inhale to rise. Exhale, pivot, and step back towards the front of your mat. Inhale, Samastitihi. Exhale, step the left foot all the way back. Getting ready for revolved side angle. So opening up your arms into T position, bending your right knee greatly. Exactly the same position as we did before, but revolved. So we're going to take the left hand down now. You're going to windmill the arms down. The left hand is going to come on the inner edge of your foot. If you are an advanced or an intermediate practitioner, you may choose to take your left hand at the outer edge of the right foot. The right hip is going to want to jut out once again, so you're going to shift your hip back, aligning the hips square to the back of your mat. From here, you're going to shift the right shoulder back as you open up the chest and reach all the way towards the front of your mat through the right hand as the edge of the back left foot presses into the mat. Two more breaths. Pulling from Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, windmill the arms all the way up. Exhale, pivot, bending the left knee, windmilling the arms down. Left hand on the right hand rather, on the outer edge of the left foot, squaring your hips towards the back of the mat. Then from here, you're going to guide your left arm across the ear. You're going to shift the left shoulder back, opening up the heart. One more breath. Inhale, rise. Windmill the arms all the way up. Exhale to step back towards the front of your mat. Excellent. All right. So from here, we're going to inhale, Samastitihi, reaching through the crown of your head. And then from here, we're going to exhale, step the left foot all the way back. So as you're stepping the left foot back, you're going to pivot the right foot in so that the edges of the feet are in line with the short edge of your mat. Hands are going to come over towards your hip. hips. We're going to be going into 4 sets of forward fold. So from here, we're going to inhale, lift and lengthen, reach to the crown of your head. On your exhalation, you're going to pivot from your hips, lead with the heart into your forward fold. As you come into your forward fold, the hands are going to rest on the earth right in between your feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, scoop the belly in and fold. Pushing the feet into the mat and then pushing the feet away from each other, activating the back of the glutes and the back of the thighs. And then from here, you're going to start to draw the inner arms towards each other, almost as if you're holding a block in place right in between the elbows. And then you're going to feel a little bit of tension on the earth through your hands. So you're going to start to push the earth away from the center as you come a little bit deeper into your forward fold. One more breath. Soften the knees slightly. Hands towards the hips. Inhale to rise. As you exhale, you're going to slide the palms all the way back. Open up the chest. Shift the shoulders back. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Scoop the belly. Exhale, fold. Notice if the shoulders shift forward. You're going to shift them all the way back. And you're going to draw the inner arms towards each other, almost as if you're holding that foam block in between your elbows once again, but behind the body. Allow your head to become heavy, continuously pressing through the feet and pushing them away from each other. Last breath. Soften the knees. Inhale to rise. Beautiful. From here, we're going to slide the arms back, interlace the fingers, keep the elbows nice and soft. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Lead with the heart, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Scoop the belly in. Activating through the feet. And then you're going to straighten out your arms, shifting your hands up towards the ceiling. One more breath. Soften the elbows first, then soften the knees. Inhale to rise. All right, guys, last forward fold for today. We are going to take Kubera Mudra once again. So quick little refresher on Kubera Mudra. Your index finger and your middle finger are going to touch the very top part of your thumb. Then your ring finger and your pinky are going to curl inward, okay? All right. From here, inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Lead with the heart, forward fold. You're going to take your Kubera Mudra over the big toes. Inhale, flat back. Scoop the belly in. Exhale to forward fold. As you're folding, you're going to open up your elbows as much as possible. Press the elbows out to either sides. Last breath. Hands to the hips, soften the knees. Inhale to rise. If you want to be extra nice to your hips today, you can heel till the feet in, or you can pivot the right toes forward. Exhale, step back towards the front of your mat. All right, beautiful. So from here, there is a couple of different options that you can take with the hands for our next position. So I'm going to walk you through all three. Option A, reverse prayer. So if you're going to take reverse prayer, you're going to press through the outer edges of the hands, and the inside of the hands are going to be concave. So the palms are away, the center of the palms are away from each other. Secondly, you could take a hold of your elbows. Lastly, you can go fist to fist, shifting the shoulders and the elbows back. So whichever you decide to do today, adjusting the hands appropriately, making sure that whichever position that you take, you can stay here for several breaths. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, step the left foot back halfway, heel to heel alignment, toes out at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, reach through the crown of the head. As you exhale, you're going to hinge from the hips. You're going to make sure that your hips are squared towards the front of your mat. Hinge from the hips, lead with the heart into your forward fold. Last 2 breaths. Inhale, rise. Exhale, pivot. Inhale, reach through the crown of the head, square the hips. Exhale, pivot from the hips, lead with the heart, forward fold. Last 2 breaths. Inhale, rise. Exhale, pivot, step back towards the front of your mat. All right, looking at the time here, we are going to go in through one more sun salutation for today's practice. And then we're going to transition into our forward fold from Dandasana, from staff pose, and then we're going to go into bridge. And then Shavasana. All right, let's come back towards the front of our mat. Inhale to trace the sun, Hastasana. Exhale, hinge from the hips, lead with the heart, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, Uttanasana. Exhale, plank. Lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a couple of breaths here before we transition to our seat. Let's bend the knees. Bring the navel back to the spine. Take a look at the space in between their hands. You're going to inhale to step the right foot towards the left hand, left foot towards the right, crossing the legs, bending the knees, guiding the sit bones down to the earth. And then you're going to uncross your legs all the way up in front. And all of a sudden we're in staff pose, Dandasana. So we're actually going to skip through Dandasana for now. We're going to go straight into our forward fold. So in our forward fold, I'm sure that you've heard me say plenty of times, inhale, flat back, forward fold, right before we get into our deeper fold. So this is what we're going to experience here once again, a little bit deeper. So from here, you're going to activate the feet, flex the feet, push through the heels, tuck the toes in towards you. Fun fact of the day, whenever you actually activate your feet this way and your arch lifts, so does the pelvic floor. It lifts a little tiny bit. Inhale, fingertips up to the sky. Engage, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, scoop the belly in, exhale, fold. So we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths before doing that little adjustment. On each exhalation, can you think about lengthening the spine as you exhale, releasing more of the weight forward. Let's take one more breath here. As you inhale, you're going to take your gaze towards your little toes. Then from here, you're going to inhale, lengthen the spine. So you're going to pull your heart towards the toes. Inhale, pull. So this lengthens the spine here. And then you're going to scoop the belly in and you're going to exhale, fold even deeper. One more breath. And then slowly releasing the hands back to the earth and lifting the spine back into a neutral position. Bending the knees. Slide the sit bones towards the heels. And then you're going to release the spine down towards the mat. We might have actually some time to visit plow pose. All right, so let's do bridge first. So, funny thing about bridge, you'll hear every single teacher say, bring your heels straight to your sit bones. That kind of works for a percentage of the population, not everyone. So reason being, we all have different shapes. We all have different lengths of legs, different lengths of torso. So taking your heels right to your sit bones might work for you. It might not. So I would encourage you to actually play with the distance between your heels and your sit bones in and out of bridge to find optimal height and to find the best suitable position for your body and for your practice. P.S. Taking your heels towards your sit bones doesn't mean you're better. It just means that we just have different leg lengths and torso lengths. So we're going to guide the arms alongside the body, opening up the fingers nice and wide, pressing through the length of the arms and pressing through the shoulders. As you press through the shoulders, notice as the heart lifts a little bit here, naturally so. So you're going to adjust the feet, hip width distance apart. Inhale, pressing through the feet, lifting the hips up nice and high. Press, 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 press. Squeeze through the glutes, lifting the heart up towards the chin. From here, you're going to bend at the elbows. Palms are going to come towards each other, or face towards each other, rather. You're going to see how high you can get here. Then you're going to exhale, roll the spine all the way back down to the ground. Readjust your feet, either closer or further away from the sit bones. Inhale, lift. See if you got any higher. Press through the feet. Draw the inner thighs towards each other. Squeeze the glutes. Lift the heart for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale. Roll the spine all the way back down. We're going to do that one more time. Shift the feet at a different distance towards the sit bones. Inhale, press to rise. Beautiful. Draw the inner thighs in towards each other. Squeeze the glutes. Fire up the entire back line for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale. Roll the spine back down. Give yourself a big hug. Tuck the knees into the chest. And we have time for one plow for one breath. So we're not going to hold plow. We're just going to go into plow, and we're going to come right back out of plow. Just all the time. All right. So from here, let's guide the arms alongside the body. We're going to keep the knees tucked into the chest. And then from here, we're going to inhale, lift the toes up towards the sky. As you exhale, you're going to shift the legs all the way back behind the body, behind the head. Your toes might reach the ground, they might not. Keeping a nice even breath. Pressing through the hands for support. You can either keep your hands pressing down onto your mat, or you can shift your hands right underneath the hips to help assist the legs going back a little bit further even. All right, let's take our one breath here. Starting to bend the knees. And then as you exhale, rolling the spine all the way back down. And then relieving the legs all the way back down to the ground. Opening up your arms in the most comfortable position. Shavasana. We've made it down to the ground. Give yourself a couple of deeper breaths here on each exhalation. Softening all of the muscles throughout the body. And noticing all of the wonderful sensations throughout the entire framework of the body. Taking a big, deep breath, inhaling through the nostrils, exhaling through your mouth. Bending the knees, planting the feet, reaching the right arm all the way back as you roll over towards the right side of the body, placing the left hand on the earth in front of the chest. And as you take your next inhalation, pressing through the base of the left palm to rise back up into an upright seated position to close today's practice. Guiding hands towards heart center in Anjali Mudra in front of the heart. Let us take our inhalation to Om now. Inhaling. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. May every single cell of your entire being be filled with love, light, abundance, bliss, freedom, and optimal health. May all beings be happy. Be happy. Be happy. Namaste. Have a super fantastic day. Enjoy your body, enjoy the sun, and have a super fantastic week. I'll see you beautiful faces 7 a.m. tomorrow morning for Vinyasa, or 10:30 a.m. for Hatha. Hello, Alex. Hatha level 1-2 split. Okay? Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.